Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are keeping well. I hope everything's good in the hood. Guys, I just want to talk about yesterday. Wow, what a beautiful live stream that was. That was an epic live stream, and a live stream that is worth re-watching. Unbelievable stuff yesterday. Me, Steven, the stuff about Amir Khan, Kell Brook, the stuff about all time, like that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that live stream. There's sometimes when you're doing live streams and you just don't want to end it. You just want to carry on talking. And yesterday was one of those live streams that was passionate, full of passion, full of back and forth, full of proper debate. And I don't know if you guys watched it, but if you haven't, please go and watch it. It was beautiful. It was what I call a beautiful live stream, and one that is worth watching. Believe you me. Epic stuff. Epic stuff. Really enjoyed it. It's worth a watch. Go watch it. It was back and forth, epic. People giving their opinions. Got to give a special shout out to Stephen, Ray, Little Penny. Man, that was fiery. That was good. Little Penny came on afterwards. Little Penny didn't quite jump in the Khan Brook debate. But it was, oh man, it was epic. I'm pretty sure Little Penny watched it back, and I think you guys should watch that live stream back, because it was a great live stream. Great live stream. That's probably one of the best live streams I've ever done. And we've done some great live streams, but that was up there with one of the best ones. It had everything, and I want to thank all the guests that came on. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that came on, because that was a special live stream. But yeah, moving on. And talking about what I want to talk about in this video. Jermall Charlo has said that David Benavidez is a weight bully. Now, we talked about this yesterday in a video, that I think weight bullies, there's a lot of weight bullies, and Ray spoke about it yesterday, that there's a lot of guys that are weight bullies there, and he called David Benavidez a weight bully. And Jermall Charlo hit the nail on the head. He said David Benavidez should be at cruiserweight, really. David Benavidez is a weight bully, and that's what a lot of you guys don't understand. There's a reason why he keeps boiling himself down to 168. He's looking to use his size and physical advantage. A lot of these guys that shouldn't be at the weight class, what they do is they boil themselves down and they give themselves a physical advantage, because they're a lot bigger than everybody else at the weight class. I do feel, and then they obviously rehydrate to a very they rehydrate 20-30 pounds, some of them. I do think that's shouldn't be allowed. The IBF have a rule where if you're a champion, you're only allowed to rehydrate a certain amount, and I think that's fair. I don't think you should be rehydrating 20 or 30 pounds, because that tells me you're probably at a weight class where you shouldn't be at. Because really, let's be honest, it's not healthy rehydrating 20-30 pounds unless your body's so depleted that it needs to blow up. I personally think that it's not fair. I think it's dangerous. I think you going in the ring with somebody that's maybe 20 pounds smaller than you, it's not fair. It's dangerous. You're basically fighting a guy in another weight class, in my opinion. If you're David Benavidez, and David Benavidez boils himself down to 168 and then blows up to 195 pounds, how is that fair for a guy that's going to probably maybe rehydrate to 175, 176, which is probably what most super middleweights rehydrate to. I just think the size difference. Benavidez is what, 6'4". He's missed weight several times. Now that could be down to his ill discipline. That could be down to multiple things, not necessarily he struggles at the weight, but it's quite clear that David Benavidez is not a super middleweight. David Benavidez is a very big man, and he should definitely be at a higher weight class. So for me, as I told you yesterday, I think Vergil Ortiz is a guy that probably shouldn't be at welterweight. He's a very big guy. These guys do that is because stylistically they know that their styles may not be able to carry if they move up and they give up their size advantage, they give up their weight advantage. And that's why a lot of these guys do that. There's a reason behind all of this. They don't just do that because they're putting themselves at a big disadvantage because they're killing themselves to make weight, but they're doing that with obviously good nutritionists, good diet, dietitians and stuff. They're doing that to gain an advantage in the fight, but at the same time they're killing themselves, which can definitely have an impact if you're in a tough fight, especially down the stretch. You can gas if you struggle to make weight. So there's a lot of health. So it's like you look at it from two sides. For me, it's dangerous for the opponent if the opponent is a natural super middleweight and you're a weight bully and you're boiling down to a weight and then blowing up 30 pounds. You're going to have a significant size advantage on the night, i.e. Saul Canelo Alvarez, Amir Khan fight. But that, for me, was a total different situation anyway, because Khan was moving up, so he's always going to be smaller. But Canelo, we also know that probably wasn't a 155-pounder at that point, and he was probably blowing up to quite big amounts, and he was a lot heavier than Khan was. But that was a guy that wasn't a light middleweight, so, Khan was a lot smaller guy. But that aside, if David Benavidez puts on 20 pounds, 25, 30 pounds, whatever he puts on fight night, and he's 15, 20 pounds heavier than the natural super middleweight, for me, that's an unfair advantage. So that's what I think Jermall Charlo means by David Benavidez should be at cruiserweight, because that's probably his natural weight. Personally, I don't think he should be at cruiserweight. I think light heavyweight would be fair. And even then, he'd be pretty big, because how many light heavyweights do you know that are that big? He's a big guy. So he's obviously a freak of nature, the fact that he can even make 168. But I do think I've seen David Benavidez on fight week, and David Benavidez is absolutely drained like anything. Like, he looks so ill when I seen him when he was on fight week. That's how bad drained he was. This is a guy that must be walking around 200 pounds. There's no way David Benavidez is walking around anywhere near 168 pounds, because near fight week, I saw this guy, and this guy looked horrible. I'm saying his face, you could just tell everything had been sucked in. He looked horrible. This is a guy that probably had any kind of fat on him. And even when he's on the scales, he's not ripped. Like, for me, he's he's too big to be at that weight. I think David Benavidez, Ray is right, and Charlo is right, that this guy is definitely someone that, looks to take advantage of boiling himself down, which, again, like I said, it's dangerous for the opponent, especially if you put on a lot of weight and you're way bigger than him, but also it's unhealthy. It's not good for yourself. It has a lot of damages, as we saw with Virgil Ortiz. Cutting weight, and cutting weight fast, right, and cutting weight drastically is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It has a lot of impacts on your body. Being at a weight class where you shouldn't be at, or being at a weight where you shouldn't be at. Like, I could make any weight. I could make a certain weight, but I'd fall ill. If I have to make a certain weight, I won't be able to, as Johnny Nelson says, you won't be able to tie your shoelaces, but you can make it. He goes, I can make you make a weight, but, you won't be able to tie your shoelaces. Basically what he's saying, you won't have any energy. And these guys have got to go in and fight. Guys, these guys have got to go in and actually have a fight. So how healthy is it for these guys to actually be going in and having a fight while they're drained as anything? And like I said, I don't think it's good. I've seen the Errol Spence like that as well, drained. Kell Brook like that. It's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good draining yourself, killing yourself. I think these guys, I don't know why. Because for me, what that tells me is you don't have belief in your skills. If you're not, look, Canelo's going up. Canelo's not weight bully. Like, he's going up and fighting at higher weight classes. That's what I expect you to do. But what that tells me is a lot of these guys don't have the confidence in their fighting ability. Hence why they have to gain an advantage because they know that they're fighting guys that they're bigger than. Because, like, how many welterweights are going to be as big as Errol Spence? How many super middleweights are going to be as big as David Benavidez? How many? None. He's so big. You know, and Callum Smith was a bit like that as well. I felt he was a weight bully in the sense that, you know, this is a guy that was probably boiling himself and killing himself to make weight. And then in the end, when he got beat by Canelo Alvarez and he should have got beat by Ryder, they used the weight as an excuse. You know, and that's what I don't like. And a lot of these weight bullies do that. They'll lose and then they'll say, oh, the weight, I was struggling to make the weight. They use the weight as an excuse. And for me, why do that when you can just go and fire up a weight that you're comfortable at, where you're not struggling to make the weight, where it's easy for you? Look, I'm a guy that's been around health, diet, gym all my life. So I can tell when somebody's drained and somebody looks horrible, because I've done it myself and I've looked like that. So I know when somebody's struggling, you know. And David Benavidez, I've seen him on Fight Week. He struggles big time. This is a guy that's really killing himself to make weight. Why do that? Why put your body under that kind of strain and pressure? It's not good for you. And then obviously they'll blow up on fight night, which obviously gives them a huge size advantage, which isn't, in my opinion, fair. But obviously they're not doing anything wrong. That's just the way boxing is. It's allowed. But I personally think that something should be done. They should be looked into, because if you're going into a fight where there's a massive weight size disparity between the two fighters, I think it's dangerous, man. You remember, this is a physical sport where two guys are getting punched in the face. This isn't cricket. This isn't football. This is boxing. This is guys hitting each other in the face. You know, so for me, I have a certain opinion about that. I have a certain belief about that. Like, I just feel like there shouldn't be that much weight disparity between two guys, you know, that are fighting in the same weight class. You know, there shouldn't be. And unfortunately, David Benavidez is a guy that I can't think of any super middleweight. You know what? You can even go as far as saying there's probably not many super middleweights in the history that were as big as David Benavidez. This guy is 6'3", 6'4", right? How many super middleweights do you know that? And most of them are 6 feet, 6'1", right? You don't get many 6'4" super middleweights. So really, we all know that David Benavidez is a guy that shouldn't probably be at that weight class. But David Benavidez, for me, the only thing I can think of is looking for an advantage. And that tells me that he's not confident in his ability, because if he was, he'd be fighting at a more natural weight class where he's not struggling, where the other guys are similar size. He doesn't have a massive size advantage, you know. And as Jermall Charlo said, Jermall Charlo thinks he should be at cruiserweight. And maybe maybe he's not. Maybe he's quite a big guy. Maybe because he looks pretty skinny, Benavidez. But that might just be down because of the fact that he's fighting at such a low weight class. Maybe if he goes up to cruiserweight, he'd actually be quite big. You know, or light heavyweight, because I don't even know if he's ever fought at light heavyweight. You know, so yeah, man, I think Benavidez should be fighting at a higher weight class for sure. That's just my opinion. But what do you guys make of Jermall Charlo saying, obviously Jermall and these guys probably have some kind of, they don't get on as well. What do you guys make of Jermall saying that, you know, David Benavidez is a weight bully? Do you agree, disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.